Hello, I am Adal. Today I'll be guiding you through a build order for the Italians, where we'll be going for a 19 pop Archer Rush. Now, the reason as to why I chose to make a build order for the Italians is that I think they're a rather underrated civilization for open land maps such as Arabia. While they're not a top S tier archer civilization such as the Britons, Mayans, or Ethiopians in that order, I do think they have some potency with their flexibility and their initial bonus here, which is advancing to the next age cost 15% less resources. So we'll be taking advantage of that. All the other technologies and bonuses here are irrelevant in this scenario, as they relate more to the late game and on water. As you see here, they have a very decent archer line with Thumbring and Arbalest. And for cavalry, they have knights with bloodlines and husbandry, even cavaliers in the Imperial Age. Though no paladins, but I think they make up for that with their Cognitiveros and very good infantry line. They even have bobber cannons. They have full blacksmith. They have ballistics and chemistry, which is of course essential for archers. They have a decent monastery, and they have very good economy here. Only missing gold shaft mining, which is something that I rarely get anyway. Okay, so let's get into it. Start off by building two houses. You always want to select to make the first house with the two closest villagers there, so that you don't get housed. Then we put two sheep under the town center, while using the other two to explore. So now we'll just be looking for our essential resources before trying to find our opponent with our scout. So you want to place the first 6 villagers under the town center onto sheep. At the bottom right corner of the screen you can see the villager distribution and what they're on. So you can see that there are 6 on sheep now. And at the top left you can see how many I have on these resources. So I just started eating from the second sheep there. I'm already sending a villager to get my first boar. So this is where it diverges from most other build orders. It's just going for a faster border. And the next 4 villagers will send onto wood, while our initial 6 villagers will be taking food from the boar here. I think this was a very decent wood line and a good lumber camp position. A little awkward with the one tile wood here, but I think it pays off in the long run. Also a little unfortunate that I have to walk so far to my wood line, though my wood is pretty far away in general in this map generation. So I can't complain. I got golden wood in the back and 2 woods on either side, so it's kind of perfect deal. Once I have 4 villagers on wood, I'll place 1 more villager onto the boar head, so I have 7. And once I have around 150 food left, I take away 1 villager to get the second boar. In the next villager, I'll be placing 2 houses and making a mill on the berries. And instead of placing the next 3 villagers onto berries, I'll be placing them on the boar here instead. So that we'll have 10 villagers under the town center on boars. What I did there was a little trick where I garrisoned 6 villagers to shoot 2 volleys at the boar. It's very important that you don't garrison more than 6 villagers when shooting the boars, since if I had garrisoned 7 villagers rather than 6, it would have killed the boar on the second volley, rendering the food useless. So now that we have our 10 villagers on our boar here, so the next 3 villagers onto berries, along with our house builder here. As you can see, I've already prepared the 2 sheeps, and I've assigned 5 villagers on each side to go to the next sheep automatically with shift queuing. So there's no idle time. And I forgot to mention that we'll be taking no dares for this build order, because I want this to be as basic as possible and achievable under any circumstances. Of course, you do want to take the boars normally, I mean the dares, as they are a huge bonus and they tend to spawn much closer than they used to do, and in the open, like not behind woodlines and so on. As you see now, we'll be going right up to the fuel edge. I only had 433 food. And I've already assigned with the shift queue my villagers to the next destination once they finished up of those two shifts there. So I sent 2 villagers to second woodline here, and 1 to the initial woodline, and 1 villager to make a mining camp on the gold here. Well, only leaving 3 villagers under town center. Now, as a rule of thumb, you can start building the barrack before 60% up to fuel edge. I'm a bit slow here, as you can see. Okay, so I did it at 63%, so I'll need a little help here from my second villager, at least for a short while, to build this barrack so that it'll be up before reaching the fuel edge. I'm immediately queuing 2 more villagers on the town center. And the barrack is up, and I can immediately make a archer range once I reach the fuel edge. Just waiting for the wood to come in there. And our archery range is going up. So as you can see, I'm very early up there. There's a bit of an inefficiency there with 4 on one side and 1 on the other side. Getting Dolby tags as soon as I can. And I'm queuing all the next villagers onto gold. And I immediately start queuing some archers. With my scout, I've already found my enemy's location. I've been avoiding the TC on purpose, should be here somewhere. From his woodlands and his berries and his gold. So I know where to strike with my archers. Before going out, till I have 3 archers and fletching. I'll be making my blacksmith now, and then house behind it. So now I have 5 on gold. I think I'll be procuring 1 more on gold, or 2 more immediately. Okay, 5 for now. Then I place this 4th villager on the town center there. I make 2 farms, as I'm running out of sheep to gather from. And I'll soon have 3 archers. And then I'll immediately get fletching in the blacksmith. There we go. And my archers are on the way to my opponent. I'll be going for the gold there, so I want to deny him his archer production. He is the Britons, as you can see here. There we go. And I place a few more villagers onto gold, just 7, no more. And I make a second archer range once I can afford it. And some more houses, of course. I always make buildings and houses as part of my walls. Continue queuing archers. And I'm doing some damage here to my opponent. He didn't quite manage to get a villager there, but I do have fletching and he doesn't. Even though he has 1 more archer here, I will be able to wipe out this archers with a little bit of micro. 2 volleys is enough with 3 archers and fletching. I don't want to show off too much here, so I'll send these archers back and focus more on the build order. So at this point I'm trying to maintain constant archer production while constantly making farms whenever I get 60 spare wood here. I'm needing some more houses soon. Building it there. My opponent is one villager ahead, so I must have had some idle time after advancing to the field edge. So that's my bad. Probably while I was microing his archers, so it happens sometimes. Not much more to it than this at this point. I just continue making farms whenever I get 60 wood, and continue making houses and make archers. Normally in this space of time I'd be harassing my opponent, denying him wood and gold, killing villagers. They're here, just play safe to focus on the build order, doing it properly. So I have 11 farms now. I'll be going for 16. That's the ideal number of farms when you're going archers, before going up to the castle edge. I've always been a slow waller. I'm more of an aggressive player, but you can definitely wall up much faster than I do. And if this was a serious game, I probably would have walled much faster as well. As you can see, I can almost go up already. I think I could get away with 14 farmers as well. I can just idle the TC, I can take away those 2 villagers, force garrison, and I can go up at this time. It should grant me a sub 20 minute castle time. But I want to keep the builder protection going for now. Going for the 16 farms, playing it safe. One more villager, and I'll be going up to the castle edge. This is another trick that I like to do. When there's like a diagonal to freezer, I can place a building behind them, and I make a house so that it lasts a little longer before I cut through, making a hole in my base. Okay, so now I'm going up at 39 villagers. Got 19 archers for now. For some reason I'm not making more archers, I should. And now I'm redistributing my foragers on the bushes over to wood and gold. I think I want 7 villagers on each woodline here. Yes, 7. Well, I have 8 on the gold. And 1 villager to wall there. So I'll have 20 archers before the 20-minute mark, which is a very good indicator if you're doing well with the archer protection. I did have some idle time, as you saw, I mean. But I'm catching up. So I'm at 1930 and I already have 21 archers. Speed it up a little bit. And we're up to the castle edge at around 20:35. And I immediately get the crossbow upgrade, Vulcan arrow, and bowsaw. These are the 3 most essential resources when going archers into the castle edge. And as you can see, a lot of spare resources there, a lot of wood. From here on you can boom, make more town centers. You can get a early university, or you can make go for a siege push. In serious rated games, I would usually go for a siege push. I don't really like booming, I think it's boring. But in this scenario I'll be playing it a little bit safe. I'm going for a siege push a little bit later. I'm going for university here immediately. And boom, they're getting ballistics pretty nice and early. I'm gonna start showing off with our crossbows, start pushing. So yeah, that basically concludes this this build order. I think this is a very good strategy, doing both 1v1 and in team games. You can of course go for a 19 top archer rush with civilizations as the Britons and Ethiopians too, surely. The point of this video was to show that Italians are also viable as a good archer civilization. Alright, so that does it. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed. You can briefly look at the statistics before heading off. Some pretty good uptimes there. Right, I'll be seeing you. God bless.